Meeting people on social media takes off a lot of social pressure, because being anonymous among billions of people gives us a sense of freedom, a wide canvas that invites us to be ourselves. But when we connect to escape from our reality, it can have major consequences in the online interactions we make with real people. Hello everyone and welcome to Patriaton. I am Morena Maud.
And I'm Let Me Dance. And in honor of Valentine's Day, today's Power Dynamics will focus on one of our favorite chick flicks, A Cinderella Story. So now let's take a deep dive into the dynamics of dating online.
Okay, it's common knowledge that everybody has standards when looking for a partner, but our expectations can create unrealistic scenarios when we connect with someone through the screen. And these imaginary situations don't relate with the reality our person is living and are more about what we would like them to be. An example of this is Austin Ames, the pretender, who, as many users on the internet, puts on a mask in his daily life to deal with his reality, but at night takes the mask off once he's online. While Sam, on the other hand, uses the internet to vent about her reality, since she couldn't escape from it. So as both open up to be honest about their situation, they form an instant closeness. Sam felt sympathy for someone willing to hear her side of the story, while Austin finally got the chance to interact with someone who appreciated the real him, without the role he played in the real world, or high school. So Sam felt seen, while Austin felt hurt.
She listens to me, Oh, listens to you? Hey, brother, I listen to you.
But everything changes once they meet outside the internet, since in our daily lives we will always have to adapt our expectations to meet our reality.
Guy who hangs out at Starbucks and writes poetry.
Something like that. Come on. You're Austin Ames. You're football captain and student body president. And closet poet? You can't be both guys.
And Austin had a lot to lose, because even when he didn't like to fulfill everyone's expectations of him, he still liked the benefits. But openly admitting that you care for someone outside your social circle, like Sam, could put at risk those privileges.
People like her don't belong in our world, Austin.
Meanwhile, Sam was afraid of getting herself exposed, and that once Austin would see who she was behind the Cinderella mask, he will think, like everyone around her, that she was not enough.
I live in an attic, okay? I drive a beat-up old car and he's expecting Malibu Barbie. I'll be doing him a favor if I just disappear.
These points are what could break the relationship. Sam feeling rejected and abandoned by someone she trusted, and Austin not being able to escape his reality and facing his true self. So, to make it work, Austin had to embrace Sam publicly, and Sam had to confront Austin on the real-life circumstances.
Okay, I know that you think that I'm just some...
Coward. Phony.
Okay, just listen.
No, you listen. You turned out to be exactly who I thought you were. I never pretended to be somebody else. It's been me all along. And it was me who was hurt in front of everybody.
Sadly, Austin was so sheltered in his world that the roasting scene showed how little he truly cared for Sam. Because even when he complains constantly about his position, he chose it over Sam, who was being humiliated by the same people who once said wouldn't break her heart. The real reasons for Austin's interest in Sam show up again at the beginning of the movie with the scene of the 20 questions. I mean, if you have months talking to this person, how can you still not know what she likes or not? He just used her to escape the life that was chosen for him, because personally, we think that the first thing you do when someone you love gets hurt, it's not only to defend them, but to give them shelter.
In real life, Sam leaves the game and drives to Princeton alone, while Austin, who is too afraid and comfortable in his reality, wins the game and goes to the college his father chose for him, because he likes the fantasy more. That fantasy of remembering Sam as the possibility of how his life could have turned out. replaying all of their conversation in his head rather than having a real relationship with her. And Sam, as many of us, has no other choice but to move on and outgrow him. In conclusion, yes, we are allowed to make bonds with people on the other side of the world or across the street through the internet, always with healthy boundaries and consent. Very important. But once we face reality, it is unfair for the other person that all of the love we proclaim in our text is not shown with their actions because they don't meet our unrealistic expectations of what our partner should look or be like. And we must remember that whenever we're not getting the same amount of effort in return, like in the wise words of Hilary Duff.
And even though I have no family and no job and no money for college, it's you that I feel sorry for. I know that guy that sent those emails is somewhere down inside of you, but I can't wait for him. Because waiting for you is like waiting for rain in this drought. Useless and disappointing.
This is a sign that it is time to move on. Because the truth is that even when we have similar mindsets, we can only really connect when the people we're interacting with are willing to share with us outside the screen. Understanding that even when face-to-face won't always be pretty, it's better something substantial for the future than using a longing to justify our laziness to connect.
After all, what is the point of having a personality online if we're not fixing our real-life problems? In the end, all those problems will eventually catch up with us and we'll be facing our reality with a lot of resentment. Remember that when love is messy and problematic, it holds a lot of red flags. And even if it's on the internet, it shouldn't be that hard love. Let the internet upgrade you.
As always, thank you so much, everyone! Follow us on Instagram and Patriaton for more content about this topic. Also, give a thumbs up to this video, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications. We really appreciate your support and we'd love your help to spread this content so it can be reached by people who would also like to be seen and heard.
So that's it for today, folks. Be safe, wear a mask. Bye!
I like what you're wearing. What character are you today?
Myself.
I think it's your best look.
Thank you.